Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I did want to just let you know, guys, sorry about not posting last week. It was very crazy. If you haven't seen any of my videos, I have a little hamster. Her name is Josette, and she actually had to go get surgery last Wednesday. So I kind of wanted to focus more on taking care of her, and it was a little bit of a stressful time for me. I've never put a hamster through surgery. I've had 3, and this was the first time I had to do it. But I just wanted to focus on that and make sure she was healthy and she was being taken care of. So now I'm back to making videos, and I'm excited to tell you guys about what this one is. I figured because you guys seem to like my Once Upon a Book Club boxes that I am going to do a review for the book for June, as well as show you guys the gifts that I received. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, I think it's like after this one it'll be like the last 2 videos, so go and check that out. That kind of gives you the idea of me opening the box and what my first impressions were, as well as kind of what I thought that the book was going to be about. The book that they did for June was called Rebel Spy by Veronica Rossi, and it is a historical fiction novel that is set during the American Revolution. This book was so good. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so fun. I found myself not wanting to put this down all the time because I just was getting so wrapped up into the story and just so good. Before I get into more, I'm just going to tell you guys what the book is about. Rebel Spy follows a 15-year-old girl. It starts off, it is with a 15-year-old girl named Franny, or Francisca Tasker, and she is what is called a diver. She hunts for wreckage after shipwrecks, so she goes down and dives to get anything that's valuable that they can sell to make money. She doesn't have the best life. She lives with her stepfather, who is very abusive. He's very verbally abusive, as well as he is an alcoholic pretty much, and she just feels like that she deserves something better and that she knows it's not with this person. So one day, after a big storm ravages the coast that she lives in, because she lives down, I believe, in the Bahamas. So down in the Bahamas, there's a big storm that comes through and wipes a lot of boats and ships out, and she was actually diving during this storm. She ends up waking up after being washed ashore with her best friend, and they find the body of this girl that looks kind of close to Franny's age, and she decides to come up with an idea that she is going to run away from everything and become this other girl. So this girl is actually part of a very rich family. Her name is Emmeline Coates is her name. So she's part of a very wealthy family. I believe the father, what did he do? I think he was like a shipbuilder or something like that. Let me look up real quick. Looking for it, trying to find it. I don't know if I can find it. So I can't really find exactly what it is that he's doing, but he is a very wealthy man, and she decides to take over this woman's life that actually dies. So she gets picked up by this ship, and she ends up running into some characters that come back eventually. And one of the characters that she meets is a boy named Asa Lane, or a man named Asa Lane, I should say. And they end up falling in love while she's going to, I believe it is New York is where they're headed, New York or Philadelphia, I can't remember. So she falls in love with him. Something happens with Asa that really kind of changes her mind about her position on the war in America. And it's very revolutionary for her. And I loved reading this book so much with her. She just is a very smart girl, and she makes decisions based on what she feels is right. After that, it's, I believe, 3 or 4 years later that we go back and we see Franny is still becoming Emmeline Coates, and she ends up getting involved with wanting to become a spy, to spy on the British to give back to George Washington. And she comes into this because she feels like she wants to make a difference, especially with her having the secret identity that she's not really Emmeline Coates, she's a different person. But there's a lot of stuff that happens, there's a lot of mayhem. You get characters that come back that are from the original part of the story. She ends up becoming almost engaged to a general in the army who is a loyalist, and just a lot of crazy stuff happens. And she kind of just goes through this journey of, is it worth it to become this other person if it means that I have to give up who I am? This is the first book I have read by Veronica Rossi. I was familiar with her knowing the Under the Never Sky series. I've seen it on BookTube before. I've seen people talk about it, but I've never read any of her work. So I was very happy to get this book. I absolutely adored this. It was, I would say it was probably like a 9 out of 10 for me, so that's still high. I really just wish that this book was a little longer. Like, I kind of want a series. It does leave you on a cliffhanger, and you just are kind of like, well, what happened? So I'm kind of like, are we getting a sequel? Are we just going to be leaving it open-ended where the reader can figure out kind of what happens to her? But I loved it. It was so good. The characters were so well written. I loved the writing style. So I definitely want to check out more of Veronica Rossi's work. And like I said, I love Once Upon a Book Club because these are books I would never pick out myself so far. I've only gotten 2. My July is on the way, so I am so excited to get that in my hands. But like, I would have read this, like I would have read the synopsis of this and it still would have intrigued me, but I probably wouldn't have picked it up as soon as I did when I got it in the box. But yeah, definitely I highly suggest this if you love historical fiction, if you love history, the American Revolution particularly, the female spies that were part of the American Revolution, anything that I said that catches your eye, or caught your ear, I should say. This is definitely a good book, and like I don't know, I love it so much, and it's just so good. So I'm so happy that I did pick this up and I enjoyed it as much. Now let's get to the fun part where I talk about all the fun gifts that I got and how they pertain to the story. Gift number 1 was for page 76. And if you remember, it was a little envelope. So I'm going to show it here. It was a little envelope. I remember thinking that it was going to be like a picture or maybe like a map or something, especially with how it was in the envelope. So on page 76, Franny has been on the boat. They believe that she is Emmeline Coates, and she has already met Asa Lane, and you can kind of see that they are kind of flirty, that they kind of have feelings for each other. And as they are talking, Asa, she finds out, is actually a rebel, or not a rebel. I can't think of what it is that they call. Hold on. I am so bad today, guys. I apologize. Okay, so I can't think of it is, and it's not coming out on the page. She is a loyalist at the beginning of this book, so she is a loyalist, and Asa tells her about Thomas Paine's Common Sense, and he actually slips her a copy and tells her to read it. When I got to that, I opened it up. And as you can see, it has Thomas Paine's like front of Common Sense, but it is actually a little notebook. I love this. This is actually probably one that I am going to be using after my other journal that I bought from my Barnes & Noble book haul, because I have one that's similar to this. I'm going to grab it right now. This is actually my Seattle Independent Press. I got this for being part of the 50 Shades movement. They had an app where you could do activities, so this was one of the prizes. So this is what I use as my book journal, but it makes sense, right? So that was my first gift. So now the second gift was for page 184, which I'm going to show you. With this particular gift, Franny decides she wants to participate as being a female spy, and she wants to give this information over to George Washington's army. She ends up writing a note and sticks it in her purse. So that is where we go with page 184. When you open it up, it says, "Psst, look inside the purse," which I was like, ooh, okay. But as you can see, it is a cute little evening purse. I love this. It definitely is one that I'm just going to use when I go out on a date or just something really fun. I don't think I want to use it as an everyday, but it's really cool. It has these gold chains that kind of open it up and close it. And then when you look inside the bag, it is actually the note that she writes in the book to give to a bookshop owner who is part of this this spy unit. So it's really cool. I love gifts like that too, where it's like you're interactive with the story, so you feel like, you know, you're in the middle of it. But yeah, cute purse. I love the bags that I've gotten so far with this subscription box. Like, they're super cute. And I'm also really excited to reuse this because I could probably reuse that for gifts or whatnot. The third gift is for page 213. As you can see, it's a cute little box. On this page, Franny is still active in the Culper Spy Ring, which is what she's participating for George Washington's army, as well as she has been having a small courtship going on with a lieutenant named Duncan. During that scene, she's talking to him, and I believe they're at like an opera or a play. So they're sitting down, and as she is talking to him, she's kind of rubbing her watch where she keeps her little spy codes at. So she wears this watch as a necklace, and it's something significant in the beginning of the book. So it's something that she carries with her. As you can see, as I pull it out, it is a watch. So it's a real working watch, which is really cool. I absolutely love it. And it's on a blue string, but you can pop the top open. So there you go. And like I said, it's a real working watch. So you can kind of see the seconds moving there. And there's also a little spy sheet that she keeps in here, which has all her codes that she needs when she's writing messages. So that's so neat. I do need a little magnifying glass because I kind of want to see what's on these little papers, what's in there for the codes and whatnot. But yeah, so little piece of jewelry that I can wear. I actually did wear this to work, and I absolutely love it. It's super cute. So definitely love the jewelry that we got with that. Sadly, we are on our fourth and final gift. So at this point, Franny is kind of torn between what should she still keep spying, and she's kind of in this love triangle where one of the characters come back. So in this scene, the one male character that she is talking to gives her this letter, and he tells her to read it when she's alone. So she ends up finding some time to read it alone, and as you can see, it has her real name on there too. But yeah, when you open it up, it's just a letter, and it's the same letter that's in the book that they put on there. And I really like that. It was kind of cool just to have this in my hands to read. I love how interactive the boxes are so far, so I'm really excited to get my July to see what we've got going on there. So there was also a bonus gift. There's a little art print that we were supposed to get. I didn't get it, unfortunately, so I have to send an email to see if they have any. They said they have plenty of them. But also, we got an awesome bookmark. Let me go and show that to you guys. So this is the awesome bookmark that Veronica let us have with the book, which is really cool. It's nice and heavy duty, and I like bookmarks that tie into the books that you're reading. Well guys, that is it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the fun little gifts I got. Please definitely pick up Rebel Spy. It is such a great book. Even if you're not a big history buff, I feel like anyone can pick something out. There's a lot of like growing up in there, as well as you have kind of a romance angle involved with it. You have a thriller, you have there's just so much going on in this book, and it's so much but in a good way where it all makes sense with the story. But definitely check this out. If you're already a fan of Veronica Rossi's writing and you haven't read this one, I definitely say pick it up. It's just so good, and I feel like this book just deserves to be out in the world and have people reading it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in getting your own box, I always say this in every video, I am a Once Upon a Book Club VIP. So you get, when you enter the code MenagGirl10 at checkout, it gives you a discount on your first box. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.